Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. I hope you're all well. Some of you have been commenting on our videos, which has been really nice to get to know you. Thank you for taking the time, firstly, to watch your videos, and secondly, it means a lot to us when people take the time to write something. Also, it's really nice to get to know, I guess, your community, and it's nice to be able to interact with people and know where you're all coming from. So for those of you that have commented, thank you so much. It does really mean a lot to us. Today, I wanted to do a bit of something that has been needing to be done around the house. One of the cupboards that I access a lot is not very tidy. And also another thing is underneath our stairs we have some storage. It is just a little bit messy, so I'm going to clear that out today. Underneath the stairs is actually not fireproof, so I'm expecting somebody today, so I want to remove everything from underneath the stairs. And another thing that we have not been keeping on top of is our flower patch that is at the back of our garden. At the moment it is unruly, like there's just everything and anything growing in there. Me and James are going to probably go and pick the weeds by hand. So yeah, that's the plan for today. It's just a bit of organization around the house, a bit of cleaning up and taking care of our garden, which is important to us because we do love our garden. Here's our under-stair, which we've shown you before. All sorts of things in there, and so I'm just going to remove everything so that when the man comes he's able to do his job, do what he needs to do. And as I said, the stairs, I don't know if you can see because it's quite dark, but they are exposed and they shouldn't be so. But I'm just going to work on removing everything one by one, and I'm going to set them in the kitchen for now. And for whatever reason, Mumu is absolutely obsessed with this little hole. For some reason, every time I open this door, he's right in it. He just loves it. Mumu! No, look at him, he's just gone, that's it. Paws have disappeared. We have just a tail. The builders finally came in and they've started the job here, so they've kind of dismantled some of the pieces. But all really that's happening is just the staircase is being covered, as far as I can see. Not a whole lot exciting. For some reason I thought it was going to be plastered or something like that, but no, it just has to be fireproofed, and that's what it looks like apparently when it's fireproofed. So yeah, not that there will ever be a fire under the stairs, but sure, you never know. Here's Moo, he's like, what is going on here? So guys, this is the following day and we've made some progress underneath the stairs. Here is what they've done so far. So they've fireproofed it, which is what the regulations say they have to do. And they've done a very minimal job, to be honest. I think that this part here probably should have been plastered as well, but they only put a plaster board, it seems, and they've just kind of given it one coat of paint. And then over at the back wall, because it's brick, they don't have to actually do anything with that according to regulation, but they painted over it, which doesn't really look very good in my opinion. But it's an under-stair cupboard, and what else can we expect? It's not something that needs to look very pretty, it just needs to be functional. Sometimes with these things when you build home, you don't know whether to just leave it or to go back and say, actually I don't like it that way, because once they're done and they're finished, you'll never get to snag it again, you know. So it's always, you don't know what to do. You get sick of it sometimes, you know, because you ask them to do something and they do the most minimal job, the fastest job, no attention to detail. Even here you can see the way this has been painted, like there's strips of paint, and yeah, just messy jobs all the time, and you get fed up, you really do. But what I'm going to do now is, there's all this stuff that's been out for days and days and days, vacuum and all of this kind of stuff that was stored away, this box as well. So I'm going to have a search through all of them and see if there's anything I can get rid of, and whatever I can't, we'll have to just go back. Hi guys, so it's another new day again. James has gone out fishing, so it's just me today, and I'm just looking at the cupboard that I was speaking about. It's a little bit disorganized, as you can see. I mean, there's some pasta here that's just in packets, and there's quinoa and gluten-free pasta and tapioca starch and rice and everything. It's not really ideal. I'm gonna run over to B&M and I'm gonna grab some storage boxes. I don't know exactly how many. I think firstly what I'm going to do is remove everything out of the cupboard just to get a sense of what is in there. And then maybe in my mind I'll have a kind of number of how many containers I need But one thing I should let you know is I do not like plastics. I don't know why, I don't like it, but also I don't like the microplastics going through food. It's always just been a thing for me. So even these storage boxes that I have from when I was living back in Dublin, these are actually kind of like metal and this is glass, and they're more sturdy. They just feel more like what they should feel like, and they're more maybe durable as well, whereas the plastic, sometimes they get scratched and they just look kind of dirty after a while. So I don't like that. So I'm gonna go look for something that is durable, possibly glass, and start to reorganize then. I mean, everything and anything can be found in this cupboard. We're definitely not starving, let's put it that way. Praise the Lord. Yeah, so I've kind of separated some of the things that are more grains on this side here. And it looks like there's quite a few things. So we'll see what I can do and how creative I can be with the space that I have. So here we are at the lovely B&M. So let's see what we can find inside. Yeah guys, so I think I found the ones. Look at them here. They'll be too tall. They're kind of for pastas and all that. I do think they'll be too tall, unfortunately. Decision made. So I've got 10 altogether here. Well, you'll never believe it, guys. I came back home and when I walked in the door, I saw this slip. And I was thinking to myself, what in the world is it? And then it says that we missed you and your bouquet of flowers is at the back door. So I went to the back door and I got this and I was like, who is this from? Like, there's no occasion, it's not our anniversary or anything like that. Like, what's going on? And then look what I see. To my amazing wife, thank you for all you do for me. I love you, James. Oh. Oh. It was totally unexpected. I got 2 little containers for different little things that I need. Mumu, this is not for you, puss. I found these. They were 3 for £5. And then I got 4 of these. There's the other 2. First things first, before I do anything, I'm gonna have to wash these because who knows what little fingers have been in here and all kinds of bacteria could be lurking in there. So I'm gonna have to open everything up, remove the stickers and give them a good wash, I think, first. Got a bit dirty in here since I've cleaned last, and it's a sticker. And I'm just going to give it a little wipe with a cloth before I put anything back in because it's well needed. I'm getting there, guys, getting there. I've got 2 other ones here that I bought a really long time ago, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the pasta. I have a gluten-free pasta and I have a normal pasta, and of course, wouldn't you know, they don't fit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break the pasta in half and put it in, because when I cook it I always cut it in half. I know probably some people think you should never do that. I don't see any reason why not. So if I can make something fit and create more space, then I'm going to do it. So guys, I have a couple of things here that are gluten-free, and it's essential for us to be able to distinguish them. I can distinguish them by looking at them, but you never know, over time you can get mixed up. So for example, this spaghetti is gluten-free, this pasta is gluten-free, this one is not, the one behind is also not. These are all white, they look very, very similar. So I'm just going to have to label these. This is buckwheat flour, this is cassava flour, and this is tapioca starch. So I need to basically label the ones that are essential. The rest of them I can see what they are, and that's fine. For example, this one I know is quinoa. I use it quite often. I know it's actually not going to expire by the time I use it. The same with the brown rice. I use it quite often. And buckwheat flour, sorry, not buckwheat flour, but buckwheat groats. I use these quite often, so they're not going to expire, so that's fine.
Hi everyone, welcome back. As you can see, it's another new day and I'm back from a fishing trip. Unfortunately, it wasn't very successful, but that's how it goes. As the old saying is, that's why they call it fishing and not catching, because you don't always catch fish when you go fishing. But anyway, yeah, what's on store for today is a bit of gardening. We're going to try and tackle all the weeds that you might have seen in one of our previous videos that are in our new flower bed that we did back at the start of summer. We'll get all the weeds taken out today and have it in a bit better condition for the winter time coming into spring. I'll bring you outside and show you what it's like. And there's also quite a lot of weeds coming up around the house in the gravel that we have that surrounds our home too, so we'll maybe try and tackle some of those as well. So here we go, we'll go across the garden here. I'll actually come up the back of the shed first and show you all the weeds that I've gathered here. Just get rid of like cobwebs. Spiders love to live here now. As you can see, there's just tons of weeds coming up through all this gravel that I laid, and I actually did put weed membrane down here and it still doesn't seem to have helped, but anyway, it's even worse around here. There's just tons and tons of weeds the whole way up there, but that's the flower bed over there. It's 10 times worse. Yeah, here we go. Here's the problem. Lots of little tiny weeds just everywhere, completely covering in all these shrubs that we planted. So this gravel that goes around our house is just getting full of weeds. So guys, I've just finished doing this bit around the house, and that's how much weeds I got out already in such a small section. Doesn't look like much, but it's quite a lot. So I'll just show you now how much better it looks. There's still small ones in it, but the majority of them are gone. It's a lot neater now. And this is our new cat. He's a lot easier to look after than Moo. Never meows or begs for food. The most important thing when you're taking out these weeds obviously is to make sure you're getting the full root. As you can see here, don't know if it'll focus on it, you need to be making sure that you're getting the root out, otherwise it'll just grow back. It's like the old saying, and I like my sayings, if you don't tackle the root of the problem, you know, you're wasting your time. So you need to take the root out and then it won't come back. Here she comes now, worker of the year.
Oh, here I am.
She's late. You know what we call her in Northern Ireland? The blister. Because the blister comes out after the work's finished.
The blister?
I've already got the work done. You're late.
Well, what's another
Usual.
Irish saying? Sorry, Northern Irish saying?
Don't know.
You have to give them another one.
Hurry up. How about that? So we're all gloved up, as I said, because there might be some weed killer on some of these, and it's just not worth getting it into your system. Certainly wouldn't help you anyway. So I'm going to start taking all these weeds out and just get on with it and show you what it's like when we're finished.
So guys, as you can see, we're making some good progress here. We've come kind of halfway to the garden, and I think so far it's not so bad, but it is really hard work because there's lots of them, and even here, like, we haven't got all of them. There's tiny little ones that grow, and then their root seems to grow even deeper. So that's us all finished.
And as Ramona said, we didn't get all the weeds out, but it's so much better looking than what it was before, and it'll be a bit easier to maintain come springtime. But
yeah, you do have to maintain it as you go though, because the weeds just get out of hand, you know.
yeah,
we didn't put the membrane. I think that's part of our problem.
I was saying that earlier, yeah. We took 2 of these full buckets of weeds out of this little tiny stretch that wouldn't be 5 meters long, 4 meters long maximum. So
yeah, and then we said as well that we're going to prune back some things like the hydrangea, but when I was looking it up, you're actually not supposed to prune it back until some people say January, some people say February, other people say April, because I think this kind of dry leaf protects it actually. So I think we're just going to leave it because we don't want to damage it maybe or something. And then the eucalyptus, I took off some of the eucalyptus to put in the house, so I think for now maybe we'll just leave it like this because we need to do a bit of research. But my goodness, has it grown. I mean, like, it was just tiny like this, and now it's, yeah, as I said before, it's just not a fussy plant. It grows and grows and grows.
We do have other plans for the garden as well come springtime, so you'll have to unfortunately wait out through winter for that, but I'll show you here what I'm talking about. We have this planter that I made last year, and or this year, sorry, when we moved in, and we plan to start doing our own sort of larger scale organic veg and stuff, you know, see how much we can grow in our own little small house. So I've been growing vegetables for the last couple of years, just sort of learning how to do it and sort of getting better at it over time. So this year we're going to give it a proper bash now that we're settled into our new home, and we're going to plant sort of like cucumbers, potatoes, tomatoes, all your salad leaves, all that kind of stuff, and just prove that it is possible to grow plenty of food for yourself living in a small home with a small garden. So yeah, stay tuned for that as well, and we're looking forward to that. And then obviously we'll be getting on with the usual garden projects. In springtime we'll probably renovate the grass again and maybe scarify it, overseed it, all that kind of stuff. So plenty of DIY, plenty of gardening to look forward to coming up in the springtime. And then obviously there'll be lots of stuff over winter too, but we don't want to reveal all our plans just yet. So yeah, stay tuned for next week, and looking forward to seeing you all again in next week's video. And don't forget to drop a comment if you've enjoyed it, or if you have any other tips for gardening for us as well. And as I said, look forward to speaking to you all again soon in the comments.